What is going on?
Scott Bessent calling out California Governor Gavin Newsom after the Democrat suggested his state should stop paying taxes to the federal government after an argument over the trans athlete debate. Bessent writing, quote, instead of committing criminal tax evasion, Governor Newsom should consider a tax plan for California that follows the Trump tax cuts model.
See, this is like kind of insane to me, right? So it looks like, I guess, illegal immigrants are like tearing up America, and they're waving like the flags and stuff like that, just tearing down America, tearing down the streets of California. And Gavin Newsom is backing them instead of like any other country. You do something like that, like you going to jail for a very, very long time. But I guess in America, you can just like, you could do stuff like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Our protections of the Constitution, I guess Gavin Newsom feels like that's extended to people that are not here legally. I think is insane, right? So Trump is like saying like, I don't, you know, like we could like withhold like federal funding, like if they don't like get this stuff together. And Gavin Newsom saying, well, we got 40 million Americans in California and we can withhold federal taxes. Because we keep y'all operating. You know, that's interesting for him to say that, bro. But it's kind of like, yo, like they will stop at nothing to make sure and ensure these illegal immigrants get the best protections that they can get. You know what I mean? I think this is very interesting, man. Let's listen to this.
Reduces the onerous state tax burden to allow families to keep more of their hard-earned money. Political commentator Cameron Kinsey joins me now. Cameron, great to have you on the program. Should Newsom's threat to commit tax evasion in support of boys and girls sports really come as any surprise in light of his apparent acceptance this weekend over rioters breaking a whole host of laws right under his nose?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on. And no, it comes up.
Another person, guys, says Gavin Newsom tells President Trump to stand down.
As no shock, and Secretary Bessent is right to call this a threat to commit tax evasion because this isn't Governor Newsom's money to withhold in the first place. This threat would ultimately leave hardworking taxpayers in California on the hook. But let's call this what it is. It's grandstanding. Newsom is using this moment.
Yeah, it's grandstanding because you got to think about it. Let's just say he does do that. Like, okay, well, we're not going to let our citizens pay y'all federal taxes. That doesn't change the fact that they gotta pay federal taxes. You see what I'm saying? So we would do something that would create liability for your citizens, like later on, like the next year, they could be penalized. So he can't do that. I mean, he could do whatever he want to do, but I think there would be repercussions if he does something like that.
Moment to posture himself for national attention. There was actually a UC Berkeley poll recently that showed 54%.
And the way they handled that whole fire crisis wasn't good, because remember when Trump went there, he was like, all you guys have to do is like release the water. Like, why are you guys like not releasing the water? Like, what kind of deals y'all got with these companies, water companies, and like release the water, you know? And Trump was withholding money for aid until they did what he wanted them to do. And Trump came in there with a plan, and he had to abide by the plan in order to get that money. You know, so like he already looked bad. So now he feels like, oh, now we're going to grandstand on this protesting an illegal immigrant thing. We're going to back the illegal immigrants to go against Trump after Trump just helped him. You know, this is insane. These Democrats, interesting.
Of Californians believe Newsom is more focused on running for president than he is actually running his own state. But on top of that, he's not even consistent. He told Charlie Kirk in an interview that it was completely unfair for a biological male to be in a woman's locker room. So, which is it, Governor? You can't have it both ways.
Yeah, that's where I'm confused, Cameron, because amid all this talk of
think Mega TV, he said they risked their lives to come to this country, then wave the flags of the country they fled and disrespect the flag of the country they ran to. Exactly, bro. Yeah, let you go to Russia doing that. Go to Russia and do that. See what happened to you. You know what I mean? Like no, go to South Korea and do that. I'm sorry, North Korea. Go to North Korea and do that. Like, they not playing with you. Like, even Switzerland, you can't even go to Switzerland and do nothing like that. Switzerland's soft. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. Like, but they not gonna let you, like, be from a different country, tear up their city, waving a flag of your country. Like, that's insane. And for politicians to be sitting there defending that is crazy, bro. Like, those protections of, like, right to protest and all that, that's for Americans. That's not for some other country people to come over here and tear up and destroy and loot. That's not what that's for. But, you know, these Democrats, they want these illegals over here because they tired of people like you and me. Like, black people are asking, like, oh, what is the reparations? And white people are, you know, like, they want the farmers and they want, like, different things they tired of trying to, like, fulfill promises for us. Because they're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. At least with illegal immigrants, they come over here, they have kids at astronomical rates. So they're going to come over here and they're going to vote for who's making it easy for them to be here. You got to think about this. Like, if you are illegal and you came here and you went through the legal process, it's got to be insane, bro, to watch all of this going down, because you might as well come here illegally, right? Look at Eric Adams. He was given $350 a week in food vouchers. People are getting $1,400 a month in food vouchers. We got to work for money. They can just come here and go to New York and get that. Now Eric Adams stopped that because, you know, he's more in line with what Trump wants to do with Holman and all that. But they were doing that. So it's like, why would you even try to be here legally? Like, so it's insane, bro. Like, Gavin Newsom is... I'm surprised he's not being tried for, like, some treason or something like that. You know, back in the day, they used to have them movies, some treason movies. What was, like, one of them was called Breach. You know, the dude from Cruel Intentions that played Sebastian, he was in that movie Breach. And they talk about, like, treason and like, bro, this is like low-key treasonous. Because you taxing the mess out of Californians to be able to give all of these subsidies and all of this stuff to these illegal immigrants. They tearing up California's part of the country. So they tearing up the country, part of the country. And you advocating for them, and you're threatening to defund the federal government for them. How is this not treason? I don't understand, bro. It's interesting.
Newsom pivoting to the center in preparation for this presidential run. How do you explain this latest stance on siding with biological males after all that hullabaloo following the Charlie Kirk interview where he said that exact thing was unfair? And now you have rioters this weekend taking over Los Angeles. And, you know, you think that if you wanted to pivot to the center, you'd be all for law and order, whereas Gavin Newsom right now seems like he's willing to allow...
Imagine living there in California and you're around those areas that are being torched by illegal immigrants. And Gavin Newsom is on the podium talking about, oh, well, or in the news talking about, oh, well, Trump better leave people alone. Like, what? And your neighborhoods are being torched. This is crazy, man.
How this recklessness...
I think Trump about to deploy the Marines. I think he about to deploy the Marines. Hey, somebody uploaded some. We about to watch that in a minute. I think he about to deploy the Marines, bro. You not, I don't care, bro. Get back. You not about to come to America acting up like that, bro. We not doing that. No.
And this lawlessness to just take hold in his biggest city. It doesn't make sense, Cameron.
Exactly. This is a losing battle for Gavin Newsom, both fiscally and politically. Legally, this threat would trigger a major court fight for him, put California workers and payroll officials in serious jeopardy. But politically, he's picking the wrong side of an issue that most Americans actually agree upon, which is...
You said they did deploy the Marines? All right, let me look.
Love to get your...
I think you're right, bro. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on.
Look to get your response to Governor Newsom saying, essentially, that your actions here are provocative, and the quote that he used was sowing chaos.
The Governor Newsom's an embarrassment for the state. That, you know, he's the one that's feeding this mantra.
Didn't he say that? Did he threaten to arrest Newsom? Yo, Homan threatened to arrest him. Oh, yo.
He supports sanctuary cities. He supports sanctuary laws. If he cared about public safety in the state of California, he would not have a sanctuary for criminals, where criminals get released to the streets of this state every day because of his policy.
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man.
Bruh. These poor people just trying to live that. Like, get up, man. They not here legally, bro. If I gotta abide by laws, they gotta abide by laws too. These poor people just like, get out of here, bro. How do y'all California people, how is y'all Democrat, bro? I don't understand this. He care about illegals more than y'all. Bruh. This insane, bro. I've been to California one time. I not want to go back, bro. It's crazy.
Oh.
Taxing y'all like crazy. Bruh, water tax. Can't have water until this time. We got too many people. Stop using all this electricity and all that. Because y'all being overran by illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? They're using all y'all. This is crazy, bro. Let's just
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me.
Bro, he only gets this mad when you talk about getting rid of illegal immigrants from America. That's the only time he get mad. What y'all think about this, bro? You are not, I don't care. You're not about to be from another country coming to America tearing up, bro. Like, that's not about to happen. And I'm president? No. He, well, these are just poor citizens and like poor people and trying to, like, they not even Americans. Why do we have passports? Why do people have to have a passport to come in? Like, why? Like, if you just, bruh. This is insane. Gavin Newsom is insane to me.
Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community.
They not your community. What is you talking about, bruh? They not even legal. They not going after legal people. They going after the legal ones. Like, yo, Gavin Newsom, bruh. What? Y'all voted for this dude? Y'all really voted for him? And you being taxed to the wazoo in California. Rent prices is going crazy. Home prices is going crazy. All them illegal immigrants running in there. What are you going to do if you're a landlord? Oh, I'm going to keep raising my price. Everybody got to, you know what I mean? I'm going to keep raising my price. And he just want more of that. Like, this is insane, bro.
The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me.
Is everyone that is...
Yeah, hey, Tom, do your job. Tom, do your job. Take him in. Arrest them.
Been arrested by ICE agents have a criminal record like those you've described?
Absolutely not. And I said from day one, January 20th, we will prioritize.
Hey, Tyler Meek with the $2 donation, he said Democrats upset, but Obama deported 3 times the people. Exactly, and he used time to do it. But it was all good when Obama was doing it. Not Trump doing it's a problem. They caught like this is literal insanity, bro. Like, arrest him. I want to hear what Tom Homan got to say about this.
Prioritize public safety threats and national security threats. However, we will enforce law.
And y'all know Jesse Waters going live. Y'all know that's about to happen.
May prioritize my family life over my work. It doesn't mean I ignore my work. We're going to force the immigration law. We've been honest about that from day one, especially in sanctuary cities. Well, we can't get that.
And then it's like, you know, people are still being, bro, like, if illegal immigrants was coming here and they weren't like tearing up, like they're tearing up, like if they weren't tearing up, you know what I mean, coming into the areas and, you know what I mean, devaluing property by, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. If they weren't doing that, I wouldn't care. Rent prices weren't going crazy because of them, and more, you know what I mean? Home buying prices weren't going, you know, it's just, I don't know, bro. This is insane, man. Nah, you still here illegally, bro. I can't get over that, man. You illegal. You shouldn't be getting nothing coming here.
The bad guy in the safety and security of a jail.
Yeah, and he's a governor. He's a governor. Gavin Newsom is a governor and allowing this. You're allowing businesses to get looted from tax-paying citizens because you want these illegals over here. That is insane.
Street. Well, we gotta go to the street and find them.
Are Democrats out of touch on this issue?
Well, I think if you did the polling in Los Angeles, I'm not sure it would be that way, considering we are a city of immigrants.
This mayor is crazy. Y'all remember she didn't know what she was talking about when Trump went up there, and he had that confrontation with her. Remember she was on vacation while the fires was going down. Y'all remember that? This lady on vacation while everything was going down. Then she came back. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know how to conduct herself in interviews. Insane, man.
And people might approve that policy, but do people really approve the federal government coming in and seizing power from a state and from a city? So she DEI. I don't care. She DEI. She don't be doing nothing. But you know what I think it is really with her? I think Gavin Newsom is behind the scenes, like stripping her of her ability to be able to do anything. Because Gavin Newsom wants California to be ran by illegal immigrants. That's how I feel. I'm not saying it's a fact. That's how I feel. And she can't really do nothing. Remember that fire department lady, the firefighter lady went off on her? And then they said she threatened to fire the fire department lady because the fire department lady was saying that they tied their hands and they defunded them and like all that crazy stuff. Y'all remember that? We reacted to all of that. This is insane, man. Gavin Newsom is, y'all California people really voted for him, bro. Like, drill down a little further on that poll, because I do not believe that Americans support the federal intervention in a city takeover or a state takeover.
We have breaking news now from the Pentagon. CNN can now report that roughly 500 Marines are being mobilized in response to the protests in Los Angeles.
Let's go! Get the Marines out there. Let's go. Oh, y'all want to come in? Hey, this is a terrorist attack now. That's how we running it. Hey, get the Marines out there. Let's go. Y'all want to play? Y'all know I just watched Black Hawk Down. 13 hours. Midway. The Battle of Midway. Hey, I ain't doing blogging like 4 days. I've been watching war movies. Get the Marines out there now. Let's go. Let's put our taxpayer money to work. Get these people up out of here.
And this is a significant escalation from President Trump, who had activated National Guard troops over the weekend without Governor Gavin Newsom's consent. In this new move, active duty military members are being deployed as a show of force against U.S. citizens.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So once again, we got to talk about.
T. Lambo said, "You are despicable." Why? I'm despicable because I care more about Americans than illegal immigrants? That's despicable? Like, what? What? Yeah, oh, Lord. Insane.
Insane, bro. Like, how the mind of a Kamala man is insane to me. Like, I don't understand how y'all be thinking.
CNN delivering some bad news to Democrats. And I don't know why CNN is so shocked by the fact that the American people agree with President Trump when it comes to immigration. That is one of the main reasons why President Trump...
We voted for him because of this. Thank you, Jesse T. We voted for Trump because we wanted him to get rid of these people. They taking all the jobs. Like, no, Trump, get them up out of here. He promised he was going to do it, and he doing it. He won the election by how 2 million votes or something like that. Popular vote for 2 million votes. Yeah, I know it's electoral college, but the popular vote with 2 million votes, we wanted him, bro. What did Trump do that we did not want? We wanted all of this. Department of Government Efficiency. I wanted that. Elon Musk is like wilding now. I think what happened with Elon Musk, so this is what I heard, right? A lot of people just think Elon Musk is mad about the big, beautiful bill, and I don't think that's what it is. I think there's rumors going around, somebody put it out there, is that the Treasury Secretary, right, and Elon Musk got into an argument, and Elon Musk shoulder checked the Treasury Secretary. And the Treasury Secretary, big! And that's what happened to Elon Musk's eye. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard. And Trump, like, basically took the Treasury Secretary side in that situation. It's the rumor that's going on right now. And so Elon Musk got mad. Like, Trump is saying Elon Musk is mad because the EV mandate is no longer going to be in effect. Elon Musk knew that before he even got involved in Doge and supporting Trump. He already knew that there was not going to be an EV mandate. Remember when Elon Musk was like, oh, well, I don't really care. Even with the tax credits, we don't really need tax credits. I don't care about all of that. Now he could be saying that, but still wanting it. Right. But I think it was I think he shoulder checked the Treasury Secretary and the Treasury Secretary. Bink! That's what I think. Bro, let me see if I can show you all this, man. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm gonna try to show you all this. I think that's exactly what happened. Hold on. Elon Musk was talking stuff. Oh yeah, I got it right here. I think he was talking stuff. And you know, Elon Musk, he got like 100-something million, 200 million people following him. You know, everybody like, every time Elon Musk say something, that's how people react to him. Oh, Elon's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, Elon's the greatest. He used to that. And the Treasury Secretary checked him. And he showed up, and the Treasury Secretary, big, look at the Oval Office. Like when Trump is talking about Elon Musk and doing a send-off, how Elon Musk is acting, he like twitching and acting, bruh. I think he got hit. He trying to say Lil X did it. No, I think it was the Treasury Secretary. Bink! Let me show y'all this real quick. I think that's what happened, dog. Like, for real. Hold on. Let me show y'all this.
Fucking team. We're just now learning that Elon Musk got his ass beat in the motherfucking White House. According to the Washington Post, the Treasury Secretary punched Elon Musk. Talks about the fact that Elon Musk and this man right here, who's the Treasury Secretary, his name is Scott Bessent, had tensions that devolved into blows in an altercation. Elon Musk and Scott Bessent went into the Oval Office to make their respective cases about who should be the acting IRS commissioner. Trump ended up taking Scott Bessent's choice. Elon then got mad as fuck. They both got into the hallway and they started exchanging insults. Scott Bessent brought up Elon Musk's claim saying that, oh, you said you were going to uncover $1 trillion in waste, fraud, and abuse, and bitch, you haven't done shit. Scott then said, you're a motherfucking fraud, a total fraud. Apparently, Elon Musk then rammed his shoulder into Scott Bessent's ribcage like a rugby player, and that's when Scott Bessent hit his ass back. Trump then heard about it and said, this is too much. What's even funnier about it is that Donald Trump knows about that fucking fight, and Trump said Elon Musk will face very serious consequences if he funds Democratic candidates. Basically saying, bitch, I may cancel your government contracts, but there's also more motherfucking whoop ass where that motherfucking.
So that's what I like, bro. I've been hearing that. I know y'all been hearing that too. Y'all be in the loop. I heard something between Besson and Elon went down. I think that's what happened. And Elon probably thought Trump was gonna take his side, and he took Besson's side. That's what I think happened. It's that, and then you got to think about this, right? The liberal media has been on Tesla like crazy, like negative press as much as they can, right? The stock has been dropping like insane. So to the point to where they were thinking about having a meeting on whether or not the shareholders could vote on whether or not Elon Musk should stay at Tesla or not. You remember they throwing Molotov cocktails at the Tesla dealerships and, you know, they keying Tesla cars and doing all this crazy stuff. So, you know, why not become more midline now? Now, me and Scott Besson and all these people, we got problems and Trump want to take that side. All right, I'm going to show you I'm rolling with the Democrats now. They'll take me back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all think about it. I think it's quite interesting. I think it's interesting.
One, right? I think that everybody who voted for President Trump expected the mass deportations, okay? They voted for the mass deportations. This is why it should not be any surprise that that's what we're getting, okay? I think that what CNN and Democrats are surprised by is the fact that President Trump is actually fulfilling his promise. Because unfortunately nowadays, when it comes to politicians, nobody really expects them to do.
Larry Fourway said, you got exactly what you voted for. Yeah, I mean, I get exactly what hey, the only thing is the big, beautiful bill, right? There's some things I don't like about it because I looked at it. I looked at some of it. I don't like some of the things about it. So and you know, like a bill, it goes to the Senate, they make adjustments, and it goes back down and all of that. You know what I mean? Like what originally gets sent on any bill is not going to be the final bill, right? It's going to be pork in every bill. That's just what it is. That's the nature of bills. You know, Elon's trying to use that to clutch on to like, oh, well, it's a big spending bill. And, you know, and some people are thinking like, oh, well, Elon's upset because he did all that work with the Department of Government Efficiency to save trillions of dollars. And now this just being reversed by this bill. No, I think it was the Scott Bessent situation. That's what I think. You know what I mean? But as far as the bill, like, I mean, some stuff I don't like about what I don't like about it is that they make it to where states can't make new laws against AI. You know, so that's a problem, right? And some people say, oh, well, states don't need to regulate everything. Did y'all see that the VO3, Google VO3, did you see what they can do with AI? Like, you don't even know some of this stuff is fake. You know what I mean? So, like, they can, like, I'm not saying Google, but, like, people who can figure out, like, AI and stuff, they can use that to like take jobs and stuff like that and have the computer like do a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? And so states are unable to regulate that. And so that's like an issue that's going to be in the big, beautiful bill that I don't like. As far as the no taxes on overtime and no taxes on tips, the no taxes on overtime is in there, but the no taxes on overtime is only for like, I think like 8 years. I'm sorry, like 4 years. You know, so I'm sorry, until 2028, I think it is. So it's until 2028. It's not even 4 years. So until 2028 is no taxes on overtime if it passes. But like everything else, like the cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, and all of that, like a lot of that is going to be like for a while. You know, so it's, you know, so they give you a little bit, but then they take it away a lot. And then as far as like no cuts on Social Security, or no taxes on Social Security, they allow you to like make deductions and stuff like that, but it's not what was said, you know? So a lot of that stuff's got to be changed and rearranged and stuff like that. But yeah, it's some things I don't like about it as well, but I don't think it was enough to where Elon just went crazy like that. I think he got into it with the Treasury Secretary, dude. That's what I think happened.
Do what they campaigned on, right? You just expect politicians to say a bunch of stuff and to not actually try to fulfill their promises, right? It's really sad, to be honest with you. And again, this is why I'm not shocked that President Trump and his net approval is so good on the issue of immigration, as Democrats just don't get it, right? They don't get it, and I'm going to prove to you guys in this video that they don't get it, because they're essentially trying to double and triple down on supporting violence and chaos in the name of protecting illegal immigrants, which is not going to be a popular position for them to take going into the midterms. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
You know, if we just take a look at the baseline numbers here, this is Trump's net approval rating on immigration. It's gone up like a rocket. Compare now versus 8 years ago during Trump's first term. Look at this. In his first term, Trump was way, way, way underwater at minus 21 points. But look at this. He's up over 20 points. Now, in the aggregate, he is in positive territory at plus 1 point on his net approval rating. Some other polls even have it a little bit higher than that. There is no issue on which Trump is doing so much better than he was in his first term, more than the issue of immigration. No wonder the Times has written it up the way that he is. Trump is begging for a fight on this because he knows what he's doing so far is working with the American electorate.
Where does immigration rank on issues for him? How is he doing compared to others?
Yeah, so I think what's so important is it is his top issue so far, and the reason it is his top issue.
Trump's administration program to deport those here illegally, 54%. Agents searching your town for those they think are here illegally, 51% approve of these immigration actions. This is like, he's showing you, like, with conservative perspective, shout out to him because he ended up shouting me out, shout out to him. He is showing you the opposing side, like how they're viewing his the approval rating. He's not showing you like, okay, Fox News, you know, this is how they view it. This is, hey, the Democrats are saying this. You know, I think people are, bro, and I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. There is a lot of illegals here, a lot of them. And there's like people in government here trying to like tip off like a lot of illegals and have them kind of like watch out for certain things so they don't get deported. I don't know why, but a lot of people who are here like legally, like they don't want these illegals here. So I think people think like, yo, we want people, you know what I mean? Like ICE in here, figure out who these people are and get them up out of here. We don't care about what MSNBC or CNN and all of them are saying, The View and all, like, no, we want these people up out of our neighborhoods. We don't know these people.
Is because take a look at the individual nuggets in here. Why are people approving of Trump on immigration, approve of these different immigration actions? Well, Trump's administration's program to deport those here illegally. Look at this, 54% approval. How about agents searching your hometown for those that they think are here illegally? Again, positive territory here, above 50% for Donald Trump. So it's not just on the broad issue of immigration where Trump is doing well, it's on the specifics. When you dive into the issues, Trump is above 50% and his actions are above 50%, at least.
And then people like, all right, so like in the chat, I allow trolling, like troll, do what you got to do. I'll be trolling, you know what I'm saying? But people will say, well, you're not legal. You guys are immigrants. I got a social security card, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was born here. Birth certificate, social security card, all of that. Pay taxes, all of that. U.S. passport, all of that. Real ID, all of that. You know, so no, you know, like this is a different situation than people just coming here. Like that's not born here. Like, no.
Those most directly connected to what's going on right now out in Los Angeles.
So Donald Trump, the president, picking a fight on this, and to an extent, you see Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, a Democrat, and the California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Somebody in the comments said, troll said, when you guys are barely Americans yourself. Look, what do y'all want? Y'all want us to pay taxes and give them everything? What do you think would happen if a war broke out and America is involved in the war? You think they're going to sit here and fight with us? Or you think they're going to go home? But you want them to have all of our benefits? You know, like what Elon Musk was telling you what was going on with Medicare and Medicaid and all of that. Money, you know, how much money we got, how we going in the red, how the country is going bankrupt, how our interest on our debt is more than the national defense budget, just interest. So you want us to keep chuffing out money and giving it to illegal immigrants. When you get older and you like 60, late 60s, 70 something years old, and they want you to keep working, Because ain't that much money left for you because they giving it all to the illegals. How you gonna feel then? Think about it.
Pushing back. So what do voters see in terms of their perceptions of Republicans, the president, or Democrats, say Gavin Newsom, on this issue?
Yeah, the American electorate believe that the Democrats don't have a clue on the...
Somebody say they pay taxes. So what, you talking about the taxes when they buy something from the store? Y'all is crazy, bro.
Issue of immigration. I mean, you could just take it here. Closer to trust more in immigration, Democrats versus Republicans. Got 3 different polls for you across the board. They all tell the same story. Republicans lead on the issue of immigration. You see it here.
They leading on the issue of immigration. Like, what is y'all talking about? What is y'all talking about? Y'all think people are against Trump on this? I don't think they are. I think they're trying to paint a narrative to make the public think that people are against Trump on this. They're not.
Here, CBS +6. You see it here, CNN +6. You see it here, Ipsos, even bigger, +19. No matter what poll you look at, no matter which way you cut it, the American public is with the Republicans, the American public is with Donald Trump, and to a much greater extent than they were in term number 1. And it's not just on the broad issue of immigration, it's on the specifics as well, in which the American...
I said CNN freaks out over Trump deploying Marines to LA as Democrats demand nationwide ICE raid protests.
Public is with Donald Trump and the Republicans, and that is why Donald Trump is...
But they didn't have an ICE raid protest when Obama was doing it.
Eager to take on this fight and eager for those scenes out of Los Angeles.
I was just going to use that word eager, and this explains some of that eagerness to push forward ever more on this as it escalates. Harriet, thank you.
Yeah, I just can't help but smile, man. I can't just help but smile. We've come a long way, guys. We've come a long way when it comes to shifting the culture of this country back towards common sense, insanity, okay? Because, again, you know...
Greened Out said send them all back.
The numbers before in the past for President Trump weren't that great when it comes to this issue because our country was more liberal, right? But again, we really have.
Somebody said you're look, if you gonna diss me, super chat. I'll read it.
Essentially forced, okay, this country to become more conservative on certain issues, again, like illegal immigration, like certain social issues. And I think it really is an example of how we have just completely won on this narrative when it comes to, again, topics, issues like illegal immigration and some of these far left social agendas. A part of it has to do with the fact that these people are absolutely insane. Democrats, the reason why people don't trust Democrats when it comes to illegal immigration is because they're extremists, right? And what Democrats don't understand is that when you take these far left positions on these issues, like, for example, immigration, what happens is that the American people might not necessarily agree with everything that President Trump is doing, but they say, you know what, we don't trust the Democrats because they're too far left. Same thing with the economy. You see the exact same thing, right? The numbers might not be where we need them to be, okay, when it comes to the economy, but when you ask voters who do you trust more in the economy, they're going to say the Republicans. They're still going to win on that issue, right? It's kind of like that across the board, okay? So with that being said, you have some people that are shocked by the fact that the American people agree with President Trump when it comes to this issue of illegal immigration and mass deportations. Like, for example, the cackling hands on The View, who talked about...
Hold on. I got to hear this, though. Hold on, I got to hear Trump on this.
Just moments ago, President Trump returned to the White House, and he was...
Become an arrestor. Did he do it? I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think he's done a terrible job. Look, I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget. What did your intel tell you about the people causing all the problems.
Are they people ICE is trying to deport, or are they professional agitators?
People that are causing the problem are professional agitators. They're insurrectionists. They're bad people. They should be in jail. Thank you.
So
he said they're insurrectionists. They're bad people. They need to be in jail.
there you have it. Just very brief statements from President Trump.
Hey, Pepe, he said, do illegal, get protected by the law. I don't think they should have no protest protection. They're illegal.
Calling those who are protesting in these anti-ICE protests insurrectionists. He also took to social media to make a statement there as well, saying, quote, "We made a great decision in sending the National Guard to deal with the violent, instigated riots in California. If we had not done so, Los Angeles would have been completely obliterated." The very incompetent governor, Gavin Newsom, and Mayor Karen Bass
Newsom. Newsom
should be saying, "Thank you, President Trump. You are so wonderful. We would be nothing without you, sir." Instead, they choose to lie to the people of California and America by saying that we weren't needed and that these are, quote, peaceful protests. Just one look at the pictures and videos of the violence and destruction tells you all you have to know. We will always do what is needed to keep our citizens safe so we can together make America great again. And we did want to let you know that we are expecting some more protests to happen later on today. We don't have a live look at the National Guard.
Bro, they are tearing up America.
Troops deployed in Los Angeles, but I did want to share at least some of the video that we were bringing to you yesterday. This is just some of the video of the anti-ICE riots as authorities are bracing for a fourth day. And you can see the very heavy armored vehicles. These are the National Guard members right there. But this is just some of the video. This is an automatic car right there, a Waymo. And we did want to bring this to you as President Trump over the weekend issuing a presidential memorandum deploying 2,000 National Guard.
Arrest her. She getting up on that. Arrest that lady. Arrest her. She getting up on that vehicle. She need to go down.
Troops to Los Angeles to deal with these protests that have turned violent. Right now, about 300 troops are currently in Los Angeles. We are expecting more protests to get underway in the coming hours. And as we have been doing so around the clock, we will be bringing you live video, live image.
Bro, they doing this in America? They tearing up America. Wait a minute. No. You cannot be going to another country and tearing up another country. Y'all is crazy. No.
As they do happen. All of this comes as California Governor Gavin Newsom says he plans to.
You see that? It says 187 on a cop. Look, R 187 a cop. This is what it says right there. Y'all better get these people up out of here. Right now. The illegals. They gotta go. I don't care what national. If you are here illegally, you got to go. If you're tearing up America and you are here illegally, you got to go. Period.
Gavin Newsom says he plans to sue the Trump administration over the National Guard deployment, calling this.
Trump is trying to save America, and they are trying to sue him for stopping them from destroying America. No way, bro. No way, bro. No, Gavin Newsom is insane. Get him up out of governing. No, vote him out.
Inciting the violence instead of helping the violence right there. President Trump speaking, and we brought you his remarks right there saying, quote, "I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent." And we were also hearing from him saying that the people that are causing these problems are professional agitators. They're insurrectionists. They're bad people. They should be in jail. We also brought you a post that President Trump put on his social media site saying that Los Angeles would have been completely obliterated.
Bro, this is our country, bro. This is our country. And they doing this.
Had he not deployed the National Guard troops right there. So we are keeping a very close eye on all of
He had to do it. He had to do it. Get mad. He had to do it. Y'all would be going crazy if Trump did not deploy the National Guard. Y'all would be having a fit. He had to do it.
Call in the National Guard unless we're requested by a governor. What changed now? Why is this situation different to not consult with Governor Newsom about this?
Well, the biggest change from that statement is we have an incompetent governor. So I
agree with him. I agree with him. He's incompetent. He's allowing the city to be destroyed and not doing anything to protect it. Lives can be at risk. They putting 187 on a pole. Like, no. We sending a National Guard out there. We not waiting.
About governors, but I didn't talk about he's an incompetent governor. Look at the job he's doing in California. He's destroying one of our great states. And if I didn't get involved...
Yo, I ain't even going to get into that. During the election, people think that, hey, we going to respect what the AP and all of them said about it. You know what I'm saying? The election. But some people feel like California was close to turning Republican. You know? So I don't know. Hey, and that's a good. Hey, what's up, Christian Medwood? I see you here. And that's a good thing. He's acting quick. So like the Californians that are sitting there, they might be like, Gavin Newsom's the one trying to let this place burn down. Trump actually stepped in and saved it twice.
If we didn't bring the guard in, and we would bring more in if we needed it, because we have to make sure there's going to be law and order. You had a disaster happening. And they now admit it was a disaster. I watched the chief yesterday, who's a good man, by the way, and he said, wow, we're lucky we did this because they were overwhelmed. You saw what was happening. So we did the right thing. Everybody agrees to that. But you have a governor who let the city burn down, didn't want water to be sent down to him. And I sent billions of gallons.
Remember I talked about that earlier? He didn't want... Bro, Gavin Newsom is trying to destroy Cali. Bro, like, look, he didn't want to, like, let the water flow. He didn't want none of that, bro. Gavin Newsom is insane, man.
Runs of water. I wanted to do it in the first term. He wouldn't do it over... I don't know. They have environmental reasons, but there were no environmental reasons. It's I think it's just a political philosophy. But it's lucky for the people in Los Angeles and in California that we did what we did. We got it just in time. It's still simmering a little bit, but not very much. Yeah.
And what crime has he committed that would warrant his arrest? What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed?
Yeah, to warrant his arrest, as you
I think his
suggested earlier.
primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like what Biden did to this country. And that's pretty bad. It's the wrong philosophy. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, many of them prisoners. They're taking up your health care. They're taking up your space in schools. They're taking up your hospital. And in many cases, they're criminals. And we have to do something about it. And we're doing something about it. I want to thank the incredible patriots of ICE and Tom Homan, who's been incredible, and Kristi Noem, likewise incredible. The job they're doing.
Jamal Cruz with the $2 donation said we need Larry Elder in there.
And it's like an unforced error. There was no reason for this. 21 million people were allowed into our country, and many of those people were criminals. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But we're getting them out. And I will say, I think it's a 95-5 issue, just like so many other issues, 95-5. And the Democrats lost an election in a landslide because they're on the wrong side of the issues. I mean, it's not even conceivable that somebody would do the kind of things that he did. And then, you talk about...
What'd you think about this, Mateo? I see you in the comments. I think he being presidential. I think he handling business.
Projects. They want to build a train going from San Francisco to L.A., and it's costing hundreds of billions of dollars more than they thought it was going to cost. It's not even believable to Brad and to people sitting.
Exactly. All right. So M. Penny said, why would you protest to keep gangs in your city? Another thing, like, didn't they have politicians like go out to try to like, get those El Salvador like people back, the criminals back in America? And, yo, what is going on, man? They want an MS-13 people back here and all of that. Trump like, all right, we letting out. He's like, y'all like thugs so bad. All right, Larry Hoover is pardoned. Oh, y'all like the thugs, right? NBA YoungBoy is free now. How you like that? Troll them back, but they want MS-13 up in here. Like, no.
Would you believe that a train, it was going to cost X dollars and it might be 100 times X?
Would have paid for this for about 50 million American children.
You're right.
50 million American children. So.
And then, like, what Gavin Newsom and these people are not telling you. Remember when Kamala Harris, she did the CBS interview, and they were telling her, like, the amount of people crossing the border has quadrupled within the last 4 years. So with that, fentanyl has quadrupled, right? And then Kamala Harris was like, oh, well, we've cut the number in half, so half of those people have coming over. So if it was quadruple the number of people coming over, and she ended up, they cut it in half before the election. So they cut it in half, so that means half of what was quadruple coming into America is halved, right? But that's still double the original amount that was coming in here of fentanyl. So, like, when Gavin Newsom don't understand, when you have people flooding in here, you don't know what they're bringing with them. Remember when Pam Bondi, she showed you like a brick of fentanyl, and she was like, this brick can kill 350,000 Americans. I think she said more than that, but I'm gonna be conservative with it. She said this brick can kill like 350,000. That's how much fentanyl is in this brick. And you got to think, people just bringing that stuff over here left and right. Y'all remember before the election, before all this even took place, all of the parents and stuff that used to be like on the news and, you know what I mean, like on social media talking about that their high school kids have passed away over fentanyl and stuff like that, or, you know, something was laced with fentanyl. Y'all remember all that was going on. But then as soon as the election hit, nobody want to talk about it no more. But Trump took a hard line on the fentanyl. He's like, no, we're not letting that come into America, bro. Like, no. There's going to be some strict punishments for that.
Of a 3-mile train track that never got built.
We could have put Lincoln in charge with no experience. He would have done a good job. I guarantee you that. All right, please, Peter.
President, have you gotten an update from your negotiating?
Thank you, President Trump. So it seems like Gavin Newsom likes the attention that he's getting right now from you.
Yeah,
it seems like he does. If you look at recent history, somebody who was running for president, you, who got arrested and had a mugshot, you could make the argument that politically that wound up helping you. Are you worried at all at this moment that talking about him getting arrested could be helpful to his political prospects? Because a lot of people think he wants to be sitting right where you are.
Well, in my case, it was a witch hunt, and everybody.
Y'all remember this? Hold on, let me show y'all this real quick. Yeah, let me put it over here. Let me show y'all this. Y'all remember these dudes? Australia recalls ambassador after Indonesia executes prisoners. Remember these dudes right here? What they did? Like trafficking drugs. Hey, Indonesia, and they had to take, hey, they got rid of them. They drove them out of that prison and got rid of them. They don't play. Some of these countries do not play when it comes to that. You see what I'm saying? America, we just letting people come over here and bring that stuff in. Like, no.
Knew it, and I was able to explain that during the process. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. And it was a total witch hunt. It's proven to be a witch hunt, and you see what's happened. In his case, it really is very obvious. You look at what's happened between the fires, I could name 10 things right now. We talk about the trains. We talk about all of the costs and California. You talk about all of the people that are flowing and destroying life for everyone else. So no, I don't think it's going to help him. I think it's actually very bad for him.
And right around the time that we were walking in here, the governor and the state attorney general said that they're going to sue you for sending the National Guard in. They're saying there's no invasion, there's no rebellion. The president is trying to manufacture chaos and crisis on the ground for his own political ends. Federalizing the California National Guard is an abuse of the president's authority under law.
Well, you know, it's interesting. You watched the same clips as I did. Cars burning all over the place, people rioting. And by the way, we stopped it. We were able to make it much better, but it still looked pretty bad. And in watching clips last night, people were saying this is really a big problem. And until we went in, if we didn't do the job, that place would be burning down just like the houses burned down. They were in big trouble last night, Peter. You know it. And the night before, and the night before that. And I feel we had no choice. I don't want to see happen what happened so many times in this country. I watched Minneapolis burn. Look at what happened in so many different parts of California. You take a look at what happened in San Diego. There's so many different places where we let it burn. We want to be politically correct. We wanted to be nice. We want to be nice to the criminal. And what you're doing is destroying the fabric of our life in this country. No, we did the right thing. We've been given credit by people that I would least suspect. Why I would say that some of the people that came in and said, thank goodness, they said, some of them, thank God that Trump got involved. And I'm very happy I got involved. And I think Gavin, in his own way, is probably happy I got involved. Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
Well, what do you make of the fact that he says you want a civil war on the streets of America?
No, it's just the opposite. I don't want a civil war. A civil war would happen if you left it to people like him. And I liked him. You know, I always got along with him. Never had a problem with him. But he's grossly incompetent. Okay.
Negotiators in London. Have you gotten an update from your team in London negotiating?
What? Louder.
Have you gotten an update from your team in London negotiating the China trade talks?
We are doing well with China. China's not easy, just like your home country is not easy there. I think we're doing very well. They're over there now. I'm only getting good reports. It's a little early, but they'll be calling in soon. In fact, probably when I get back, I'll have my first call from them. We want to open up China. And if we don't open up China, maybe we won't do anything, but we want to open up China. It'll be a great thing for China, a great thing for the rest of the world.
Are you willing to lift export controls when it comes to China? Did you give your negotiators any sort of limitations?
We're going to see. Look, China has been ripping off the United States for many years. Nobody charged them 10 cents. No president had the courage to charge China for whatever reason. They didn't want to do it. I took in hundreds of billions of dollars.
Shout out to Trump, taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. Get mad. Get mad all you want. He's protecting America like a president is supposed to do. Get mad.
I put on tariffs on China when I got in first term, and we took in hundreds of billions of dollars. And
hold on, shout out to him though.
About the LA riots that are happening right now. And they, again, could not believe that the American people are siding with Trump on this issue. Take a look.
Support right now, though, is that 66% of the American public actually thinks it is crime enough to be undocumented and therefore deported.
That it's criminal to be undocumented?
Yes, it is not. You know how the disagreement was in the beginning? We were told it was going to be violent criminals, and I think everyone at this table would agree. Yeah. Haul out violent criminals, fine. Right. But a very important distinction was 60% of the American public, 2/3 of independents, 90% of Republicans, and just a little under half of Democrats think the crime is in being undocumented.
Even if it's a civil offense.
Yes.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying.
Oh my God. Like they don't. The View gotta like be quiet about that. They know American people are for this, bro. It's very difficult to spin this in a negative light. Yeah, they're one-sided. The View is all liberal. They got their cue cards, you know, with their liberal points, you know, like no. there's nothing they can do, really, man. Like, it's like, we want this, bro.
Is a massive amount of this country actually agrees with not how he's doing it, but with what he's doing.
So there's
I think the strategy here is.
I think they agree with how he's doing it too. Like, how? Like, what do y'all like? He's got to get him out. What do you want him to do? Give him a present before they get in the car? Like, what? Like, hey, he doing what he got to do, dog. Getting mad. Shout out to him. I think America is rocking with Trump.
He's leaning into a scene right now.
Hey, somebody said you want to separate families. They should have thought about that before they came here. This ain't no we shall overcome situation. No, you shouldn't. Don't be bringing your family somewhere where you can be getting deported. I'm not going to bring my kids to Switzerland to live without going through the proper channels to live there and putting my family at risk. I'm not going to do that. Those are bad decisions that they made. Like, I ain't protecting that. Like, no. They can all go back to their country.
Eating a bigger thing because it is the one.
Come back legally and you're good.
Thing that he remains supportive.
Let's fix that.
What's wrong with y'all don't like the word legal? I like that word. You know what I'm saying? Come back legally and you're good. You get get everything you need when you come here legally. Because I know if it goes down with us in Russia or whoever, y'all gonna be with us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, get legal. Come on to America. You're welcome.
Right now, because it is not illegal to be undocumented. It is not a crime to be undocumented.
Yes, it is. It's here. Hey, to be in America undocumented, and I don't care what she say. She is crazy. You not about to be here illegally. I don't know who you are. I don't know your record. Like, hey, if you want to go to Canada, they're going to run everything before you go in there. This lady wants some MS-13 people up in here. No.
Saying the problem is that they
no, but I'm
are
just saying we need to put that information.
You can be undocumented all you want. You can do all that all you want, but the second you decide to live in this mother, you are illegal. I don't care what they tell you, CNN, MSNBC, these people. When you decide to live here and you get a job illegally, and you ain't paying tax, you are illegal, dog.
But I don't think a civil infraction.
Yeah, and I don't think
criminal.
it's actually broadly a misunderstanding. I think that 60% of Americans believe it's a civil offense, and that if you come here and you're undocumented, that you should be deported.
But he's actually lost some points on the way he's handling immigration, not the border.
Absolutely.
And I think I think a lot of Americans voted for him on immigration, thinking he was going to deport gang members and criminals, and he is deporting our friends, our neighbors, mothers, fathers, people working hard to make America actually function. And this is not what I think a lot of people voted for.
Yeah, I think it's time for the cackling hands on the View to be deported, especially.
Get them up out of here. They wildin'. Deport all of them. The View, round them up, ICE. Go to the View, demand them identification cards. We need to see who they working for, because obviously they not working for the American people. They don't care what we think. They don't care how this country's supposed to run. They don't care about none of that. Let's see where they from. Let's see where they really from. Get them up out of here.
Navarro, right? I think it's time for her to be deported. Now, what you have here are Democrats that are deciding that despite their unpopularity when it comes to this issue, the fact that the American people do not trust them on this issue, that they're going to double and triple down on the extremism. Like, for example, they are essentially calling for more nationwide protests, right? They're calling for more riots, more chaos, more violence.
A Tiger said undocumented is just a word used to hide that they are illegal. Deception by changing the language.
More domestic terrorism in the face of what is happening right.
Yeah, and then Iraq said They want to wave flags of places they won't go back to. Is hilariously pathetic. Exactly. Oh, you know, Mexico and Venezuela and all. I don't care. Go back. Like, this ain't Venezuela or like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't like a particular group or nothing like that, but just the flags that I've seen. Hey, go back home. Go through your embassy, figure out what you got to do to come here if you want to be here so bad. Why did you leave there? Like, why did y'all leave them countries? If America is so terrible. Like, no, like, they get up out of here if you are illegal.
Now with the LA riots.
I stay the fuck out of LA so that order can be restored.
We are here to say free the immigrants that have been arrested.
Has she lost her mind? Free the immigrants who have been arrested. Is she this lady? Oh my God. Who is this? Who is this? Oh God. Insane.
We are here to say end the ICE raids. End the ICE raids.
No! Americans want this.
I mean, my first message is to keep it peaceful. I mean, obviously, this is a moment where we have to be on the streets all over the country to protest what's happening to our immigrant community, but more broadly to protest what's happening to our democracy. This is the most corrupt administration in the history.
Somebody in the comment section said, this is their country. Yo, you can't be. Y'all gotta stop watching CNN, bro. Y'all is bugging, man. Y'all is crazy. No, it's not.
Of the country, and we are going to rise to this moment by being out there on the streets. But ultimately, I think the country sees what Donald Trump is trying to do here. He's looking for a fight. There's nothing in what he is doing that is about peace or about restoring order. He's taking
Democrats, y'all be just on the wrong side of everything, huh? Y'all just don't care about being right no more. Like, illegal immigrants are tearing up the city of Los Angeles, and you guys are on the side of illegal immigrants tearing down the city of Los Angeles. I cannot wait to Jesse Waters. Oh, he live now. Hey, when Jesse Waters finishes, hey, we gonna have to go live. We gonna have to watch what he talking about. I know Jesse Waters is going crazy right now. Shout out to Jesse Waters.
A protest that is relatively isolated. People in Los Angeles over the weekend would tell you that 99% of them went about their day, and it was pretty normal because this is not an invasion that has taken over the entire city. And he's trying to turn a protest that is pretty small into something that involves an even bigger confrontation so that he might actually be able to invoke the Insurrection Act. That would be a defining story of the week if he were to do it. And I just don't think.
This is America. These are illegal immigrants that got our military is deployed to deal with this. Y'all don't think that's a problem? Now our military got to deal with these illegals tearing up our place. And y'all think these people are the ones y'all need to be lobbying for?
We have to make sure that we understand to not take him at his word. He's looking for a fight. He's not trying to calm tensions.
Yeah, so once again, we have...
MAGA. Shout out to the Republicans. Get them up out of here. MAGA.
More projection from the Democrats, okay? They claim that they want peaceful protests, but they know damn well that these protests are not peaceful, okay? They're riots. This is domestic terrorism. They've been supporting domestic terrorism.
Exactly. What I said is domestic terrorism.
For the past 10 years straight. So anytime these people come out here and say they need to get out in the streets, there needs to be more protests,
It did said I'm watching from the sidelines. Hey, we not about to have these people tearing up our country, dog. But you know what I'm saying?
Going to interpret that as a dog whistle, right? Because, they...
Pepe said, bro, the political pendulum is going to swing so hard to the left. No, it's not. It's not. Christian Medwood, shout out to you. Back. He said, get on... he talked... Hey, Incognito said, if black people say, go back to Africa... What would be your reaction, homie? You said if black people say go back to Africa, what was you saying?
are dog whistling. They're signaling.
Did you mean like if white people said go back to Africa? That if they, I mean, they be saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? Is what it, like, everybody got a little bit of racism in them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I do. You know what I mean? But they be saying, bro, I got a Social Security. I pay taxes. I got birth certificate. Like, no. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, no. At the end of the day, we could all fight and we can all say whatever we want to say to each other. But at the end of the day, if we get invaded, guess who's going to be right next to you? White person, black person. Hey, let's handle these Russians. If it gets like that, you know, like, people don't get along, but if something go down, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Them illegals, they gonna be hopping that fence, going back home. They ain't about to be dealing with this.
Lunatics in their base, hey, go out there and do what you got to do in order to protest President Trump. Now, Democrats also are essentially afraid of President Trump invoking the Insurrection Act, which President Trump should go ahead and do.
Do you think that President Trump should invoke the Insurrection Act?
Well, that is effectively a function of available resources. So when they...
Man, get these people up out of here. Look at this. You not about to tear up my community. Get up out of here. I don't want this place looking like them illegal place. They trying to make it look like how they, y'all go back. If y'all want it like that, go, leave. No, I want America to be nice. Nice looking. That's why I live here.
Fully ramp up what they think is the optimum number of National Guardsmen. And if they still aren't quelling the violence, then yes, is the short answer, just as it was done in LA back in 1992. And so that's what that tool is for. And the president has made it clear that unlike his first term, he's willing to use it. I think we all take him seriously on that. He's already moved National Guardsmen in a way he did not during the riots in 2020. I can tell you, if you think of Portland, Oregon, where we had 340 officer injuries in the summer of 2020, 340 officers injured. And the Governor Brown there would not bring in the National Guard, and President Trump didn't override it, as he has the authority to do.
I hear you, Ken, but you raised a really...
several times.
Well, y'all cool with this? No, ain't no way. Shout out to Tom Homan. Shout out to him. Shout out to the ICE. Shout out to the ICE. Get them up out of here. Get them up out of here quickly, swiftly. Make America safe again. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to every hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care. Like, nobody can, like, my mind is made up. You know what I mean? Like, Trump is doing what I voted for. You know, shout out to Truth Seekers TV. He said, subscribe. This discussion is amazing. Hey, and you know, I welcome dissenting opinions too. Like, people, I let them rock. If they got a different opinion, you can be Democrat, you can be Republican, you can be like independent, you can be in here and have your opinions. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm going to agree with Republicans. Sometimes I'm not, right? Like, I don't agree with some things that's in a big, beautiful bill. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I don't think Trump's not doing everything, mostly what he said he was going to do. Mostly everything he said he was going to do, he's either done or he's trying to do. As far as this country right now, like, he ain't letting this happen. He not letting this ride. Like, no, we sending out Marines and National Guard. We doing what we got to do to stop this or calm it down. Gavin Newsom just wants America to just go up in flames under Trump. No. You know what I'm saying? So I just call it like I see it. Shout out to Trump. I think you're doing good. Shout out to ICE. ICE, y'all don't get enough, you know what I'm saying, credit. The Border Patrol, all y'all thug life. We rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keep these people up out of here. But I'm out. Come and subscribe. Get them out. Come and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Hey, we got 60 68,000 views in here. I think let me look. 68,000 views. This is y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Yo, I forgot politics be doing numbers like that. Shout out to politics. You know what I'm saying? Thug like, hey, we got like almost 200 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We getting close to 70,000 views on here. I appreciate y'all. I want to shout y'all out while y'all in here. We got Robert Joseph in here, Stephen Fulton, Buy Sales in here, Incognito in here, Father Time 57 in here. Hey, it's a lot of comments in here. Elsa. Let me see what Elsa looked like real quick, because Elsa been in here. Comment. See that Elsa, is you fine? I'm about to look and see if you fine real quick. I'm gonna look for y'all. I'm gonna check Elsa out. Let y'all know. Go to her channel real. Elsa, that's you! Elsa! Subscribe to me! Hey, everybody in the chat, have y'all seen Elsa? Hey, yo, Elsa. Wait a minute, Elsa, what side you on? Are you the Republican? Because you know them Republican girls be looking good. She look like one of them. Don't tell me you're a Democrat and you look like this. You gotta be a Republican. To be this fine, you gotta be a Republican. Elsa, is you a Republican? Hey, everybody in the chat, go to Elsa's channel. Oh my God. Woo! Man, she is bad. Lord, hey. Come back in here, Elsa. Hit me in them DMs. No, but come rate, subscribe, let me know.